Okay, it seems it's working now. Hello, can you hear me? I'm sorry. I thought it was streaming. For some reason it was not. So I'm sorry for the delay. Um, yeah, I'm here today like to share with you a passion of mine, which is belly dance. So I've been dancing for I've danced for almost 10 years. I've started belly dance like almost 20 years ago. So that's something that I really love. And I wanted to share my passion with you. I forgot to add the music, I'm sorry. Gonna add the music. So, I'm gonna start, I explain a little bit how this is gonna work. First, we're gonna do the hand movements. I'll teach you how to do the hand movements in belly dance. Next, we'll move to arms. I'll explain a little bit how the arms work in belly dance. And then we move to the hips and chest undulations, like they're more fluid movements. And then we'll go to the energetic ones, which require more muscle strength to do it. And they're not as fluid, they're more, let's choppy, more energetic, more energetic. So let's get started in a bit. Let me see who's here. I'm sorry for the delay. I see that it's working now. Hello everyone. Hello JK. Hello Tang. CK. Hey sir. Hello Sultry. I'm so happy to see everyone in here. I hope you have fun tonight. And let's get started with this belly dance. So let's go for the hand movements first. Let me put the right track so we can start. So first things first is the posture in belly dance. The arms are pretty much like the second arm position for the ballet, which is like this. You don't want like your hips too overextended like this and not too on the back. You want your chest up. You want your shoulder blades, like engage your shoulder blades. Have a nice posture. And this is the base for belly dance. You can have one foot to the front, like this, if you want. Depending, like if you're standing still or starting something, you can have your foot to the front like this, but it's not mandatory. So let's start with the hands. Hands are very important in belly dance because they need to be very fluid and very elegant. So the hands, you don't dance with your fingers very stiff like this or very like this. You don't want any of that. You want a very elegant hand. So what we usually do, we tuck in the thumbs and we extend a little bit the middle finger and the ring finger like this. Have them relaxed. You don't want the hands to feel stiff. It should be relaxed. So this is the belly dance hands. Don't forget the thumbs. They're very important to keep them tucked in. So we'll do a little exercise first. With the hand movements, we're going to start with hand circles, outer circles, with a fist at first, and then we add the fingers, and outer circles. And now you relax your fingers and just get the movement flowing. Let's change the direction. Is the sound alright? Can you hear everything alright? I think the music's a little low. Okay, so let's keep doing the hand circles. The next movement that we're gonna do is the hand undulations. So the movement starts on the wrist and then knuckles and then the fingers. So wrist goes down, then the knuckles come up and then the fingers. So it's pretty much like you're brushing something or petting your cat, but it should be very fluid and very relaxed. Don't worry if it doesn't. It feels very relaxed at first, but we'll get there at some point. And it's a very beautiful hand movement because you can do it sideways, and you can do it like just around your hip. You can do it at the top. The next movement we're gonna do, the hand movement, is called the lotus flower, and I think it's the most beautiful movement. It seems very complicated at first, but don't worry, it's not. So we're gonna get there. First, I'll show you the movement, and then I'll explain how it works, okay? So this is the lotus flower. Okay, so for this work, you're gonna keep your wrists together. In the first movement, it's like a 4-part movement. First, you're gonna have your wrists together, then switch one palm to the front and one palm to you. Next, 2 wrists together, but hands are back to back like this. And then the hands switch sides again, and one palm to the front and the other palm to you. So, wrists, palm, wrists, and palm. And when you add like speed to it, that's when it becomes the most beautiful movement. Okay. And it can go up, down, and this is called the lotus flower. I think next we're ready to go to the arms movement. So let me just check if everything's okay here. Okay, next we're going to the arms movements. Arms in belly dance, they're very fluid. There's no there's no rule how to use them, but they're very wavy, they're very fluid, and they just go with the music, remembering the hand movement and all that. That's very important for arms movement. So whatever you do, just keep in mind that it has to be fluid. So I'll show you some examples on arms movement. I don't know how this is called in English, but when I learned it in Portuguese, it would be like a brush movement, or I think it's called flowy arms. You can do it with the palm to the center or outer, like. And then you can go around your face, like you're brushing your hair or something. This is a very nice movement if the hair gets stuck in your face when you're dancing, so you just use this beautiful movement to remove the hair from your face. And now I'm gonna show you one of my favorite moves in belly dance. It's called the snake arms. I'll show you first what the movement is, and then I'll explain later how it goes, okay? So this is the snake arms. Just check something. Seems you guys are having fun, right? I hope you're enjoying it so far, and I hope you're doing it in your living room, so I'm not dancing alone in here. So let's go for the snake arms. We'll do one arm at a time because it's easier to understand since they're doing opposite things. So let's start with the right arm. The movement starts on the shoulder, then it goes to the elbow, and then on the wrist, okay? So let's go. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, and relax. Then shoulder, elbow, wrist, and release. One more time, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and release. Okay, now the other side, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and release. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, and release. Let's add more speed to it. Okay, now we're gonna do both arms at the same time. Keep in mind that once one arm is coming up, the other is going down. And when they switch, the one that was coming up is going down, and the one that was going down is coming up. So, let's try it. Let me speed it up. You can do it very slow, or you can do it a little faster. But this is one of my favorite moves in belly dance. I think these arms are very beautiful. And whatever you do, like you don't need to do anything with your hips or with your chest. As long as you're doing snake arms, you'll be doing great. Next, I think we should move to the hip movements. And we are going to start with hip circles. So the hip circles is nothing more than a circle you draw with your hip. So you're gonna keep your feet like separated a little bit, and you're gonna shift the weight to one side, move to the front, move to the side, and then to the back. So you're gonna draw a circle. And now we go to the other side. Okay. Let me see who else is here. Hello, Roots. Hello, Sarin. I hope you're all having fun in here. That's awesome. Show me some love in the chat box to see if you're enjoying it. Now let's go to the I need to tell something about the hip circle, is that you need to keep the same distance. Like for example, center to side, this distance should be the same as center to front. So the circle should be like consistent so it can look beautiful. And we can do it like this and place, or we can do it like moving, using this movement like to move to the side. So what you're gonna do is when you move, shift the weight to one leg, you release the other. That's when you're gonna step. And when you shift the weight again, you release the other leg and join it again. So this way you can move to the side. To the other side. Okay. And then there is another version of this movement, which is the bigger circle. This movement is very traditional in belly dance, especially classic belly dance. The belly dancers from the golden age of belly dance, they do this a lot. So this is very traditional. There is a bigger version of the hip circle, which is like this. And when you go to the back, you really go to the back and bend. You're gonna like use one arm to brace your waist and the other one to look beautiful on your face. So when you go to the front, you open your arms. When you go to the back, the arms do a beautiful composition in here. And to the other side. Okay. Next movement that I want to show you is called the Omi. The Omi is, I would call it a hip circle, a very tiny circle, because you don't do it, you don't shift weight, you just do it in the center. So, start with both knees bending a little bit, like this. I don't know if you can see, a little bend. So, you want one side of your hip to come up, so you're gonna stretch this leg, so the hip can come up. Then the hip goes front, and then you're gonna switch. Stretch the other leg so the hip comes up, and then it goes to the back. Side, front, side, and back. This is almost like a quadradinho, the belly dance quadradinho. We have a quadradinho belly dance, but it's a connected quadradinho. So when you do it and you like do the whole movement and the transition is fluid, it looks like this. And you can do it up and down. Let's try the other side now. Up, front, up, out, up, in, up, out. There's always one side that is easier to do than the other. I think this is the harder side for me. The other one feels more natural, but you gotta practice both sides. And just adding speed to it. And next movement, it's the very traditional figure 8. We're gonna do the figure 8 up, and then we're gonna do it like vertical. We're gonna do it in horizontal, and then we're gonna do it on the side. So what is the figure 8? Is this movement where you actually almost draw a figure 8 with your hips. What you gotta do for it to happen is hip goes to the side, hip goes up, and in this moment, like, you can lift your heels from the ground. I don't think you can see it in here, but you can go to the side, lift, go to the tip of your toes, bring the hip in and down. And now you're gonna switch the weight to the other left, to the other side, to the left leg, and start again. So shift, up, in, down, up, down, shift, up, in, and down, up, in, and down. So when you make a smooth transition, it looks like this. This is the figure 8, the vertical figure 8. For the horizontal version of it, it's pretty much the same. You're gonna do like a figure 8, but like this. So what you're gonna do, switch weight to right leg, twist it to the front, bring your hip back and shift the weight to the left leg. Twist, shift, twist, and shift. Twist, shift, twist, shift, twist, shift, twist, shift. You can do it the opposite way too. Twist, but you're gonna twist it out. Twist and shift. Twist and shift. East and shift. East and shift. The lateral, like side figure 8, is you're gonna do like a figure 8, a vertical one, but only with one side of your hip. So here we go. For this movement, you need your leg to be on the tip of your toes, the leg on the front. Your weight is divided between the two legs. And what you're gonna do, usually the arms for this movement is like this. Like you're showing, look at my hips, I'm doing a figure 8. So what you're gonna do, twist, up, rotate, down, twist, up, rotate, and down. And then you just work on the transition, smooth transition for it. Okay, we're gonna do the other side, just a second. Let's go. Do the figure eight to the other side. One hand up, other showing your hip. And now you're gonna do down and twist, up, keep twisting, down, twist, next movement we are going to do is the Maya figure. It's a figure eight, but we call it Maya because it's the opposite. Instead of going up, it goes down. So what you're gonna do is pretty much the same, but you're gonna bring your hip up, side, down, center, up, side, down, center. So let's go. Now, down, center, up, side, down, center. This is how it looks like with a smooth transition. And you can use these arms. It's the flowy arms that we did in the beginning. It's very beautiful, like to the Maya figure. And okay, let me see how we're doing in here. It seems you're enjoying, so I'm super happy. You're having a good time. Okay, next movement we're gonna do is chest. We're gonna move to the chest because we don't use only the hips and belly dance, but we use the chest too. So what we're going to do is like circles with the chest, figure eight with the chest. This can be a bit tricky if you don't have like a proper strength on your back to push the chest to the front and back. So this is what we're going to do. First movement is the circle. What we're gonna do is like you're gonna contract your rib cage in here, so the chest goes to the side. Go to the front, like really push your chest up. Then contract the other rib cage and back. Side, front, side, and back. And when you like work on the transition, it should be really smooth. Going through the 4 points, side, front, side, back, side, front, side, back. The other way, side, front, side, back, side, front, side, back. Okay, can do it faster. The other way. Now we're gonna do the figure eight, which can be a little tricky, but we're getting there. So, okay, side, up. You're going to have like to extend it diagonally, like someone is pulling you in here, like through here. Then switch, and you're gonna slide down, then up and down. Up and down, side, up and down, side, up and down. This looks very beautiful with snake arms. So can do it the other side, so we don't get used to doing one side only and the other side doesn't work at all. So now we're doing this side. We're gonna do it the other side. And out. You can do it out, but usually we do it in and scoop, scoop and slide, scoop and slide. The next movement that I'm going to show you is called the camel step. It's a very beautiful one, and I decided to teach the other separate hip and chest because the camel uses both. So for it, we're gonna do chest up. We're gonna do front, up, and then you're gonna bring back the chest. And when you can't go anymore, you're gonna slide to the hip. So this is how you're gonna do it. Up, down, back, down, and then the hip is in the front. You're gonna bring the hip back, so like this. Chest, chest, okay. Let's do the other side. Up, back, slide, hip goes back. One more time. Chest goes up, back, slide, hip, chest. And you can release one leg if it makes it easier for you. So you add another level of detail to the camel. And you can do it the other way around too. The reverse camel, which starts from the bottom. So you're gonna scoop with your hip, and when you can't go any further, you're unroll into the chest. Scoop with your hip and go up, chest. Scoop and chest. Let's do the other side. Scoop, up, chest. Scoop, up, chest. Scoop, up, chest. And we can do it moving too. So when your chest, we're going to do the traditional camel, when you go to the front, you switch your weight to the front leg, releasing the back leg. So when you go back, you switch weight again. And this way, you can go on the tip of your toes. You can walk anywhere with your camel. The other way, let's do a circle with the camel. There's another version of the camel, which is like a little double camel, where you do it walking to the back, and this is what we're gonna do. When you go back, you do another smaller camel with your hip. So let's do it. And go, go. 1, 2. And 1, 2. And then you can switch one leg and the other. You can do. Let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. I think that's it for the camel. I think we are ready to move to the energetic part of the exercises. Don't forget, let's just do a recap of what we did so far. We did like big hip circles. We did the Omi. We did the figure eight, vertical figure eight, horizontal figure eight, and then we did to the other side. We did the side one, to the other side, and then we moved to the chest. We did circles, and we did figure eight with serpent arms. And the final movement that we did for the undulations part is the camel, which is chest up, fly down, eight. Other side. And the double one. And that's it for the undulation part. Recapping the arms, we did like flowy arms. We did the snake arms. We did the movement around your face, which can like take your hair off your face. That never happens if you have long hair. The arms, the hands, undulations, and hand rolls. Huh? Oh, and the lotus. Which you can do with a figure eight. We did the flowy arms, also with the Maya. And that's it for this part. We are moving to the next one. Let me check on you guys. Who else is in here? I'm doing no emotes at all because I'm very concentrated in here. Let me do anything, like, let's do the quadradinho. Okay, let's move to the energetic movement. So, we're gonna do hip bumps, which is pretty much like you do a little weight shift, but you contract your muscles, so the movement feels like this. And then to the other side, you can do it like bouncy like this, but it's more beautiful when you use your strength to make the movements bigger. So let's work on the hips. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And we're going to speed it up. Let's go. And 1, 2. Now we're gonna do 2 to the right and 2 to the left. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we can do 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Next we're going to do the hip locks. It seems like it's similar. For some people it might look like it's the same movement as the hip bumps, but the hip bumps is to the side. The hip locks, you're gonna like have your hips doing it on its own center. So what we are going to do is like have our knees slightly bent, and for the hip that goes down, you're going to bend more your knee. So the hip doesn't go to the side like in the hip bump, it goes down. Let's go. Hip goes down, hip goes down, down, down. Bend your knee and stretch a little more the side that you want to come up, but we're doing it like pushing to the ground. Let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. We speed it up. Let's go. 1. Awesome. Next one is the hip drop. This is very famous, like it's very typical in belly dance. If you like think in belly dance, you probably think about this movement. This has some arms. The arms will be like an L shape. One will be stretched up, the other will be to the side. One leg will be on tiptoe. And this leg is going like it's centered right now, but we're going to twist it up and then down. Up, down. You can do it very bouncy, but like I said, it all depends on the music you're dancing to, the feeling you want to give. But usually you do like you go up and drop. That's why it's called hip drop. So let's go slower. I think I sped it up like too suddenly. Let's go. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Other side. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and down. Let's speed it up. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Up. And that's it for the hip drop. The interesting thing is like we can do hip bumps. I forgot to mention before, but you can do very beautiful motions too. You don't have like to dance standing still. So for hip bumps you can go side and then you're gonna cross your leg to the front of the other one and do a hip bump to the other side. So this way you can go front, front, and you can go back to the same way. Instead of crossing in the front, you cross in the back. Okay, now let's go to the shimmies. Shimmies are one of my favorite belly dance moves because they fit in everything and they can be like done with multiple other movements like figure 8, like camel, and you can do everything with shimmy basically. So there are two types of shimmy. One is the Egyptian shimmy, which is like more of a tension shimmy. You have both your knees slightly bent, and you're going like to, it's like you're going to do it like this. Don't overextend your knees, it's not that. It's just like doing pretty fast, like dropping, bending and stretching your knees really fast, but with some sort of tension. So this is a small shimmy, pretty much like this. The other kind of shimmy, when I learned, is called a Lebanese shimmy, which is pretty much the same, bending and stretching the knees, but the hip is more free to move. It's more bouncy, it's more, I like it more. I think it looks bigger and it's more fluid. So this is pretty much the same technique. You're going to bend your knees one at a time, because this is the shimmy. You're bending and stretching your knees, but when you add speed, it looks like this. What is cool about the shimmy, once you've like mastered the move, and it's not that hard, but you can do it like shifting weights. So right now we are centered, doing the shimmy. Let me just wrap my skirt in here so you can see my knees. Okay. When you're doing the shimmy and you've mastered, because you're only like, your hips are going up and down very fast. If you can release one leg, you can do it shimmy, shifting weight. So we're gonna shift to the right and shift to the left. To the right, to the left. Okay. When I was learning the shimmy, I thought it was the most difficult movement to use it when walking around, because you can walk doing the shimmy. But I found it so hard to do. It needs some coordination. And one day, all of a sudden, it was like a click. All of a sudden, I started doing it. But don't worry, if you can do it yet, it takes some time. And it needs coordination, because even when lifting your leg or switching to one side or the other, it's not like you're doing it randomly. Your hips are moving and your leg is gonna move with the hips. It's like it's going with a certain rhythm. It's not like the hips are doing something and the legs are doing something else completely different. So don't worry, I'm gonna show you how it looks, the shimmy walking, but don't worry if you can do it or if you don't understand it properly, because it needs this, like, how to call it, how should I say it, there is a certain interval, like, yeah, it needs some coordination for it to work, because the legs need to step in the proper movement, for the movement to occur. Okay, so let's do the shimmy walking. I'm walking to the front and then back and front, okay? This is the shimmy walking. And turning. I'm going to show you how the shimmy looks with other movements too, like the figure eight and the camel, because I really like adding shimmy to this movement, but just so you know how it works. Okay, no pressure to try it on, or if you can't do it, no problem. I'm just gonna show you how it works, okay? So with the camel, it's pretty much like this. Figure eight. Next, I'm gonna teach you twists, which is nothing more than the word itself. It's self-explanatory, it's a twist. So you twist your hip front, shimmy, but it's just a twist. You're like doing like this, but fast it looks like a shimmy. You can do it to the side too. Okay, and you can do it it's very useful when you want to move really fast. So you do twist 2 times to one side, and then you switch and do 2 times to the other. So pretty much like this: twist, twist, and twist, 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 and twist, and twist. Okay, one more time: twist, 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 and twist, twist, and twist. 2, 3, and 4. One more time. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's add some speed to it. Okay. Do it with the speed. 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And now I'm gonna teach you something very nice, because I know I've promised the belly dance emote. It's been a while, and I'm actually working on it. I already have a sequence, so I'll probably release it soon if everything goes well. And I'm gonna teach you the sequence for the emote. The sequence that I'll be using to create the emote. So next time, if there's a next time, we can do it together. We can do the emote and we can dance live, in real life too. So what is the sequence? It only uses like movements that we've used so far. First movement is the hip drop, but it's a little more beautiful because we're gonna add some legs to it. So what we are going to do, we're going to do 4 hip drops. We're going to do, and with a little kick, we're going to do 1, 2. When you release, when you go down on the 2, you lift your leg a little bit, you do this little kick. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the 8, the last time, we're going to do, instead of like just going down, we're bringing our hip in, lifting the leg, and moving the arms. One is going to be on the hip, and the other on the head. Okay? So let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In speed, we're going to do only 4 this time, slow, and then we're going to speed it up, okay? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, it's only 4. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to add speed to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you completed this 4 movement, we're going to move to the camel, and we're going to lift the arms as we do the camel. We'll do 4 camels, 4 hip drops, and 4 camels, okay? So it's going to be, here, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? One more time. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now let's add the 2 together. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Okay? Because you're going to do 4 camels. Next, after the camels, we ended the camels in here. We are going to do a figure 8, but instead of doing just the figure 8, we are doing the figure 8 with the camel. So, when the hip is up, drop in the camel. When the hip is up, drop in the camel. Okay? And the arms are at the top. So this is what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So let's do the whole sequence now. We're going to do it slowly here. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're only going to do 2, 1 of each side of the figure 8. One more time. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. The last part of the emote is going to be a hip circle, and it's gonna be very cute because we're gonna use our heels to do this little bumps. Oh, I forgot. Before the big circle, there's the serpent arms with a shimmy on the tip of your toes. I think it's easier to do shimmy on the tip of your toes. It's easier to coordinate them with your feet on the floor because it's just like taking one foot from the ground at a time and you're doing like this and the shimmy magically happens. So after we do 1, 2, 3, 4, we are going to do 2. 1, 2. Let's do another one. 3, 4. And after the 1, we'll do the hip circle. But let's do the whole sequence. One more time, we'll do the shimmy with the serpent arms. And then we do the final step. And we're ready to finish this lesson. Unfortunately, because I hope you're having fun, because I am. So let's do again the shimmy. Then we do the whole sequence and do the final part, okay? And it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Whole sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. After the snake arms and the shimmy, we're going to do a big hip circle. So the leg. When you finish the shimmy, the leg goes to the side, so you can do a big circle. And when you're on the side, you're going to do 1. You just lift your heels from the ground. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Let's do the shimmy, the snake arms, and the hip circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. One big circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do the whole sequence, and I think we're ready to wrap this up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 and 2. Shimmy. 2, 3, 4. And big circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. One more time on the next music. And I think we're ready to wrap this up. And hopefully soon we'll be doing this in the Central Lane too, because this is the sequence, the routine for the boat. Okay, let me just switch to the other song. And okay. One, two, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, that's it for the sequence. Just to wrap it up, let's do a recap of everything we did fitting the music, okay? Let's start with the hands. Let's add a figure 8 because it's very beautiful. Figure 8, horizontal, and undulation with the hands. Figure 8, Maya. Figure 8, Maya. Only. Big hip circle. Shimmy. Hip bump. Camel. The right side. The other side. Big circle. Figure 8. With snake arms. Shimmy again. Shimmy to the side. Shimmy to the other. And camel. Let's do the twist. Chest circle. Figure 8. Shimmy again to the side. Shimmy to the other side. Let's do a hip drop. Going down. Let's do a hip bump. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I think it was, at least for me, it was super fun. I hope you all enjoyed. I see JK doing the quadradinho with me. I'm super hot in here. I'm sweaty. Oh, the quadradinho! Why not? Bonus, extra, super extra. Let's do the quadradinho. The quadradinho brasileiro. Belly dance quadradinho. It's a mix of hip drop and hip in and out. So we do the hip lock, down, front, down, and back. Down, front, down, and back. When you do it fast, it looks like a quadradinho. Front, side, back. And to do it like the quadradinho, the emote quadradinho, you just need to do this movement, but you rotate the upper body control on X and grab it on Z like this, and you do the same quadradinho. It's pretty much the same thing. But it's the quadradinho, it's all on the knees. The secret of quadradinho is on the knees. Like bend the knees, hip goes front, bend the other knee, stretch the other one, hip goes back. Okay, and I hope you enjoy it. I think that's it for today. I'm super happy to see everyone in here, and I hope you had fun, because I did for sure. I'm sweating, as you can see, and I hope you too are sweating too. So thank you, Bufalo, so much for the opportunity. It was my first time streaming in the Central, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. Maybe we can do this more in the future. If you like it, or if you enjoyed it and want to dance more or learn more about belly dance, because there are tons of other movements and other instruments that we can use, like veils and swords and whatever other rhythms we could try, more advanced moves. So let me know what you think. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you so much for spending this evening with me. I love you all, the Central Land family. I love you all, my friends. So it was a pleasure, and I hope to see you again next time, okay? Beijos, amo vocês, tchau, tchau!